everybody. Today is Thursday, December 5th. It is 9:39 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash to go to Sprouts and shop for 12 items. I'm going to get $13.15 for 3.2 miles. Today is super slow. I've had the app on for about an hour and a half waiting for something decent to come in, and this was the first offer that met my criteria of $10 minimum, $2 for every mile. So there was there really wasn't anything good. There was one offer that came in for $43 for 10 miles, but it was one of those restaurants that doesn't exist anymore. It went out of business, and it still exists on the Uber Eats app. And so customers will order from that restaurant, and then nobody will accept the order, and the customer will keep raising the tip higher and higher, wondering why isn't anyone accepting their restaurant order. And it's so crazy. It's like, why doesn't Uber Eats update their app and remove that restaurant? Because it's been going on for a very long time now, and for whatever reason the app doesn't update and remove the restaurant. I did it one time. It was for I don't remember. It was for a high dollar amount, and I went to the location and it was closed. And then I went online and reported it to them to let them know the restaurant is out of business. And yet I guess they didn't believe me, because they still have it in the app, and people still occasionally will try to order food from a restaurant that doesn't exist. So it's crazy. It makes no sense at all. Oh gosh, when do these cones end? I need to make a right pretty soon. Oh well, I guess I'll make my right from this lane if they keep coming. Let's see, is it clear? I think it's clear now. I'm gonna make a right coming up here. And hopefully it's not gonna be too crowded in there. I don't think it will be, because we're past Thanksgiving, and so people should be pretty much on their normal routine, at least until we get closer to Christmas. So we'll see. So it looks like I'm shopping for some watermelon spears, eggplant, an heirloom tomato, regular tomatoes, just all kinds of produce, and cheeses and eggs. It's going to be pretty simple. There's nothing hard in this particular shopping order that looks unfamiliar to me. So it should be pretty simple. Alright, I'm going to park over here towards the left, and then park, yeah, right here looks good. Alright, let's go get this done. Got the order in the trunk. It was not as easy as I had hoped it would be. There were a few problems, but it always happens, it just never fails. So there was a certain type of Parmesan cheese. They didn't have it, at least not in the size that they wanted, and they didn't want any substitute for that one as far as the size, but they did they did want a different type of way it was shredded, so that went fine. And they didn't have their watermelon spears. They only had watermelon hearts. They didn't want any watermelon hearts because they did not respond. They wanted organic broccoli florets. They only had regular broccoli florets, so I just got them regular broccoli florets. Oh God. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to fulfill your order, but what can you do? Oh man, the traffic is so busy. It is not 10:02 a.m. and I would think the traffic would be lighter by now, but no, It's busy at least right here at the moment, so I don't know how long I'm about to sit here until I can finally go. Come on, cars, give me a break where I can go. Nah, I don't even have a chance right now. Not even a prayer. I am still stuck. Oh, come on, white truck and white Mercedes SUV. Everybody just go and do your thing and get out of my... Oh, shit. Come on, let's go. I can still make it. I don't need to throw it into reverse just yet. Oh, man. They're just coming nonstop, and here comes another batch of cars behind me ready to tailgate me. Oh, boy. Well, it's Thursday. What can you say? So I got 6-minute drive, 1.7 miles. I'm going to a house. It's a leave at the door. Well, yeah. So that experience today... That shopping today was not as easy as I hoped it would be. There were a lot of problems where just items were not available that I thought for sure they would be available because they're very common items, but they weren't in stock. So it was frustrating. You know, you try to make sure you get everything that the customer wants, but sometimes they just don't have stuff that they want, so it gets wonky. You know, you start to like question whether or not you're doing a good enough job or if you're totally effing things up. So you're trying to make some judgment calls on certain things, and hopefully it's the right call to make for the situation, but you just don't know. And I think on my most recent report for shopping, I think it said that what did it say? Let me see if I can pull it up. They said something about that there were so many items that I had gotten wrong. So, but I don't know if I can pull it up. It's been a while. I thought it came in recently. Learn about your shop and deliver. Here it is. They said 2% of the items that I have shopped for during this past review were incorrect. So I got 98% right, 2% wrong. So that was in the past week. So every week it gives you a report on how you're doing on getting the items right. The previous 2 weeks I had 0 missing or incorrect items. So I did really good the previous 2 weeks. So anyway, so that was it. That was the report. There's a bunch of other junk, but I don't know if you want to hear it. Do you really want to hear my other stuff? I should probably, maybe I'll do a screen capture of it, and you can see it on the screen. There, I did a screen capture of it. So you can take a look at it on the screen, and you can see last week I did 8 orders. 2 weeks ago I only did 6 orders. So yeah, I did a lot more. I did 2 more orders than the last 2 weeks. But take a look at the numbers. Maybe they interest you. Somebody sent me a comment the other day saying they were curious about my stats on shopping. So I'm like, well, they sent this email. I normally don't publish the stats for shopping because, I don't know, it doesn't sound interesting to me. But maybe somebody out there will find it interesting. And let me know in the comments if you regularly want to see more shopping statistics. And whenever they send an email, I can randomly let you guys know an update on that. But every day, I don't think so. I'm like, I'm not updating any kind of graphic every single video. I make a right here, and then it's gonna be coming up. I'll make another right. It's gonna be coming up on the right hand side. I've been here. This is a regular customer, so I'm familiar with this particular house. So it's an easy drop off. There's no problems. It's pretty standard. Usually it's a problem if they have a lot of people parked in front of their driveway, but today it looks like it's all clear. So I'll just park in their driveway, or parallel to their driveway. Oh my God, their garage is open. That's rare. Well shoot, now I can't park in their driveway. I have to go a little bit more forward. So I'll do that, so that way at least I'm a little bit more away from the guy that's in the garage. Let's drop this off. tried to stay clear of the guy that was the owner of the house, because sometimes people want to just be left alone when you drop stuff off at their house. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna try to veer clear of the customer and then just drop stuff off. And if they say hi or acknowledge me, then I'll chat with them. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real simple pop and drop, and that's what I did. Oh my gosh, so it's 10:08, oh, something's coming in. $18.75 for 12 miles to shop for 40 items at Albertsons. Nope. To go away, that's a no. And make this light. And so yeah, everything was pretty standard today. 741 for 12 miles. No, it's pretty standard. That whole process was pretty standard. You know, there were those few sticking points, but it was totally fine. And then this is my first video coming back from some time off. I normally work every day, but I took a couple of days off because I had some things I had to do, work on with a plumber. I had an anode rod in the water heater that needed to be replaced, and I had to be there for that. And then I decided now would be a good time to reroute a few pipes that are in the garage. So I got an estimate on doing it, and it was a good estimate. So I told him to go ahead and do the work, but he couldn't do it till the following day. So I had to take the following day off just to be there for the plumber. And so I said, well, there's no sense stressing myself out trying to do delivery work and deal with the plumber. So I said, I'm just going to hang out at home, chill out, and take care of that 2-day project. So it's all done. $6.03, 4.1 miles. No. Yeah, so then I just went ahead and I took care of all that, and it's in the past. And I think that was about it. I think that's all that's really exciting that is going on right now. I've been doing a lot more like restructuring of my retirement portfolio, having fun with that, and just trying to take advantage of higher interest rates that we're having. $9.25, 12.7 miles. No. So yeah, just taking advantage of higher interest rates and trying to lock in more long-term treasuries. And then I was thinking about how I've been involved with individual stocks, you know, the kind of like Microsoft and Apple, all those kinds of stocks. And I was starting to think of winding down a few of the individual stock investments and moving more into ETFs. And that way they would have more safety, because I kind of have the sense that this run of this bull market has been going on for like a really long time, and I just get the sense that, you know, things are going to run out of gas at some point, and it's very hard to time. But it's much more safer to be in an ETF than it is ETF or an index fund. It's safer should there be a total catastrophe than to have a lot of your investments locked into individual stocks. And that just comes from getting old. The older you are, the more you know about getting burned, being stuck in a bear market, and having individual stocks. So it's time to de-risk the portfolio. Hey everybody, today is Friday, December 6th. It's 8:11 a.m. and I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Pink Box Donuts and then to Coffee Religion. I'm gonna get $21.01 for 10.5 miles. Yesterday was a total bust. Only one good delivery came in, and the rest of the day was no good at all. And I didn't get anything else that was worth taking, so it just was lowball offers that were below my minimum of $10. I had like maybe two that were $9, but I didn't take them. And that's how I'm gonna be pretty much this week. It's just $10 minimum, just because I don't really feel that much like working working this week. So I sort of just set a higher bar, and I don't really plan on lowering it anytime soon because of the holidays, and my dogs aren't feeling well. They got diarrhea. I don't know what happened. So they're getting better apparently, but I just kind of want to stay home, and if anything good enough comes in, I'll do it. Otherwise, I just kind of want to just be at home. So that's how I'm just kind of feeling at the moment. Maybe it'll change tomorrow, but the last few days, that's how it's been feeling. I've been feeling, and maybe it had to do with the 2 days off that I took, where I was dealing with the plumbing issues, and it could also just be that it's just the holidays, and so I kind of want to just slow it down. The end of the year is here, and this is really the time to just chill out and not worry about trying to grind stuff out. So that's just how my mood is right now, and I don't know, maybe it'll change as it moves along. I'm gonna make a right coming up. First place we're going to is Pink Box Donuts. I'll just see how I feel as I go. I go through moods. I go through certain periods of time where I just don't really feel like getting out there and doing stuff. I just want to relax. I just want to watch shows. Right now I'm watching a Happy Days marathon at home. And just having fun with that. And what else am I doing? Just like financial research, investing stuff, and not too many other things. Just kind of just taking it easy. Who has the right of way? I have the right of way. I have no stop sign. I have the right of way. I bet you he's going to the donut shop too. You watch, he's going to go exactly where I'm going, this guy in the truck, and he's going to be all mad at me, giving me the stink eye. Oh, thank goodness he's not going to the donut shop, so I don't have to see his face. All right, let's go in. From Pink Box, and it was not ready, so I was in there for about 5 minutes while they assembled the box of donuts. It was just one box of donuts, and now we're going to Coffee Religion. It's straight ahead. I just got to get past this one road here where usually people drive like maniacs. All right, I made it through that. And it's just straight ahead here on the left, so they're real close to each other, which is awesome. But this place is notorious for taking a really long time, so I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's go in. Completing pickup, and now the first thing we're dropping off is the donuts, and it's to a business. I think it's this Tesla office, and I'm just trying to figure out what's the fastest way to get there. I think it's going this way. Back up. So yeah, if the food wasn't ready as I had suspected, I just hung out in there. And it took probably about 7 minutes before I got the order. And yeah, I was like, okay, let's just be patient and get it done. So I did. And I don't know what they ordered. Something that's really light. It's like light as air. It's like a couple of plastic boxes and then something else light on top. And that's the order that's going to be really far away. It's going to be a long drive to drop that one off. And the traffic, it says it's only going to be a 6-minute drive, but the traffic can be really unpredictable. Once I get onto St. Rose Parkway, it can get kind of tricky. I'm thinking about taking a shortcut while I cut through this emergency room parking lot and then it just spits me out onto the road. I may just do that because it's almost 9 o'clock right now, and so the traffic can be really bad on St. Rose Parkway. So I think I'm gonna do that. It may be a little bit more in terms of miles to get there, but it should be fine. The instructions are to meet in lobby and leave at the lobby, so that's gonna be real easy. The drop off should be easy. There's a security guard station inside of the Tesla building, and you just walk in and you just leave it on the desk and leave, so they don't even talk to anybody. So it should be just fine. And then I don't think there's going to be any problem. Then I'm going to be hopping on the freeway and then just flying miles and miles away from here. It's like probably an 8-mile drive due east into Old Henderson. And hopefully it's just going to be a house with no gate, I hope. So it's real simple. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. And that's going to be it. Well, so far the traffic looks light, so maybe I will stay on this road. I'll know as I get closer to the to St. Rose Parkway. Yeah, and I'm kind of in a fog today. I haven't been making any videos, and so my my whole flow, my whole sense of rhythm feels completely off right now. I'm just kind of more in my head than able to like verbalize whatever's going on. Let's see, so where it says the emergency room would be normally where I'd make a right to do the shortcut, but it doesn't look like there's anybody even at the light. So I think I'm going to just keep going ahead, yeah. And if I could just make this light, I'll be real happy if I can make this right turn before the light turns red. All right, I made it. And then I just got to pass this this one red light coming up. And then I'll be it. There won't be any more red lights, and I will be good. Traffic's real light. I guess because it's Friday. Yeah, that must be it because it's Friday. It's real quiet. And as far as anything else going on, not too much. They said my dogs have had diarrhea for like 3 days, and they said don't feed them anything for 24 hours. But then someone in the family said that they think they're getting better, and it's really hard not to feed Yorkies, you know what I'm saying? Yorkies are good, are the professional beggars. They know how to get what they want. They know how to pull on your heartstrings to feed them. So it's always a very, very tough thing to do, to deny a Yorkie their food. I almost missed my right turn. I was gonna pass the turn. That would have been horrible. It would have been a long journey back. I'm gonna make a left here. I was thinking about my dog. See how distracted I am? I'm gonna make a turn here, and then I'm gonna park in the red zone where you says no parking anytime. That's exactly where I'm gonna park. Throw my hazards on and head on in and drop these donuts off. Oh, that door? Thank you. Right here. Thank you. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough drop-off. It's not a house. It's some type of weird, secured building, gated, high-rise, garbage building that's gonna be real tough. I don't know if I've ever been to it, but normally in that area that I'm going to, it's usually easy to access just about any building. So, but just reading the preliminary instructions, please go up the elevator and leave on table to the left, directly across from the doors to the Revolution. Thanks. So it's real cryptic because I don't know that area really well, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to encounter. It does give me a suite number, but then they have these real confusing instructions that aren't clear at the moment. Go up the elevator. Okay, I can do that. Leave on a table to the left directly across from the doors. Maybe it's a business. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm going to encounter a business. So maybe it's not an apartment at all. It's just a business. And it's going to be, yeah, maybe it's just a business. So it's going to be a 8-minute drive, 7 miles to the drop-off. I'm just going to get behind this Robco electric van. Just slowly make my way there. I don't want to speed or anything because I'm not in that much of a hurry. I'm not trying to play fire engine or paramedic to get this stuff dropped off. Just like I get there when I get there. I was considering taking the street to get there, but the freeway entrance was just so close to the previous drop-off. I said, no, just take the freeway. Just take the freeway. Because usually when you take the street, it's a lot less miles. But in this particular case, since I'm so close to the entrance of the freeway, this just made the most sense. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, the drop-off was real simple like I thought. I just walked in and just set it at security and left. The only weird conflict was there was a cleaning woman cleaning the glass doors to the entrance, and she told me to go she gestured to me to walk through the doors that say do not enter. I'm like, okay, I'll go to those doors, because she was obviously busy cleaning, and she's like, don't come through this door, I'm cleaning it. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the other one that says do not enter. So I did. That was the only weird thing that happened. Everything else was very predictable. And let me reset my DoorDash. I gotta make sure I don't lose my dash. But when you get these long trips to drop stuff off, you can in a situation where you can easily forget to unpause and repause your DoorDash shift, so you don't lose it. So yeah, so I just did that. So I'm reset for another 30 minutes or so until I have to do it again. So I shouldn't have to press it again until I finish this delivery. So yeah, so that's about it. And the weather's nice. It's 57 degrees right now, and it's sunny, clear. There's no wind. Everything's nice today. It's like a perfect day to go out and deliver. My mood is just not matching up with the environment. If I was more in a chipper mood to make money, this would be no problem. I'd be like, oh, it's a great day to make money. But I did notice that the offers yesterday just were no good. I mean, normally I get at least a couple of offers that are at least $10. Even if it's 2 orders batched together, they're at least going to give me $10 at $2 a mile. But there was nothing. It was just bad offer after bad offer. So that kind of told me that it was for the best that I did it, and it was good that I just stuck to my my metric, and just chalk it up to a very poor day to be doing delivery work. So that's kind of what I did. And I don't think I did anything special yesterday that I can recall. I don't think I was. The previous days I was working on plumbing issues in the garage, and I got that all resolved. $8.43 for 6 miles. No. Yeah, I think I got everything handled that I can think of for the plumbing. And then the following day, it was just babysitting the app, hitting the X and hitting the decline button. And then I was just researching ETFs, exchange traded funds, and I was just looking at different ones. There was this one called I think it's SBHG, I think it was called, and it was some sort of broad market ETF on Charles Schwab or something, and I was looking at like how well it performed compared to SWPPX, which is like the Schwab Schwab S&P 500 index fund, and it looked like it doesn't perform in general as well as the S&P 500 index fund. So I was like, well, why am I even invested in this one? I must have made some kind of bad judgment call on this one. So I was just sort of thinking about, well, what else do I want to move towards? So, well, there's a lot of traffic on the other side. So there's a ETF that's more aggressive called VGT. I don't know what it stands for, but it's supposedly the one that performs really well because it's more heavily invested in Nvidia, Apple, and Microsoft, I think. So I was like, well, maybe I'll focus more on that one, and then also focus on the traditional QQQ, which is the one that tracks the NASDAQ. So I was like, well, okay, so I'll do a blend. I'll get a little bit of one and then the other. $7.02, 5.8 miles, no. So I was like, I'll just do a little bit of blend of both, and that'll be good. Boy, this particular place I'm going to is going to be tricky. I don't know what's over there. It doesn't look for this particular drop-off for sure. I have never been to before. This is completely unfamiliar territory we're headed towards. So I'm going to be in for a real treat, let me tell you. And the fact that there's an elevator makes me even more nervous. I'm like, why is there an elevator? I'm like, how tall is this building? It can't be very tall. There's no tall buildings here. Okay, it's going to tell me to exit at this particular exit. Then it's telling me I'm going to make a left at the light and then a U-turn. So let me get myself positioned properly. This is always a real tricky exit. It's very confusing. I got a green light at the moment. Let's see how long it stays green for me. Stay green for me. Don't turn red on me. So I'm going to get in the far left lane. I'm going to make a left. And then, I've never been here before. I've never been to this building. And then I guess and of course now $2 for 2.4 miles. I hate when the app throws shit up. Okay, so I'm going to make a U-turn here. I'm going to make a U-turn here and then turn in. Oh, it's right there. I don't have to make a U-turn. Don't I just make a, I better follow what it says. Sometimes it can be misleading. $5.06, 5.4 miles. No. Say make a right here. And I'm going to look for the address of the building. I think I see the building. I saw big words on the front that looked like the name of the company. And yeah, okay. So I see a building. I see a big entrance. Parking's not going to be a problem. Plenty of parking. Let's see if there's a visitor parking spot. Let's see. What does that say? Blah, 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 blah parking. Well, I'll just park here. It's fine. All right, let's take it. Let's find this place and drop it off. $8.59, 5.9 miles. No. It's like I can't get any internet to get back on DoorDash yet. I'm still getting offers from Uber Eats. Go figure. Make a left here, and of course this guy's crossing the street. Oh good, he's not gonna cross the street. At least he saw me. Yeah, my DoorDash is not unpausing. I don't know why. Resume. I'm right here by a real busy road. Resume, for God's sakes. And now I'm just going to take the street all the way back. Where's my DoorDash? What happened? Okay, there. You are right outside of your zone. Yeah, I figured. Alright, so that drop-off went just fine. I took the stairs instead of the elevator because it's always faster. And then I immediately saw the table. So I just set it on the table and got the heck out of there. So That was pretty easy. I thought it was going to be much harder, but it was not. Since it was just a business, the access was easier. At first, when I saw the name, I thought it was this big apartment complex, because there's a apartment complex called Revolution over near where I live. But on this side of town, I guess it's the name of a business. So yeah. And then nothing else really happened. I didn't see anybody. It was just, it was a quick pop and drop, which I was really happy about. So the time is 8:42, and this one I made the money real quick because I got this offer at 8:07. So what does that come out to? Like 35 minutes, I think. Yeah, something like about 35 minutes to complete this order. So it was real quick. It was a real easy one, thank goodness. And now, of course, I got a long drive back, but I did I did calculate how many miles it was gonna be. So, although I forgot to reset my odometer, so it's wrong. Reset it. There. I forgot to reset my odometer. So so it was 10 miles to get there, and now whatever it says on my whatever my little tracker, my trip thing, the thing that tracks my miles, whatever it says, I've got to add 11 miles to it. So right now we're at 11.2 miles. That's essentially the miles I just drove before I realized that my trip meter was wrong. I always try to, every morning I reset my trip meter so I know exactly how many miles I've been driving for that particular day, but I just forgot today. I told you I'm in a total fog today, and yesterday too. I've been in a total fog, and the holidays probably are what are doing it to me. I don't function well in the wintertime. I get very easily confused in the wintertime, and I don't know why. It's one of these weird, it could be just my mind is multitasking on other things, because there's more things you've got to do, like Christmas cards and decorating for Christmas, and then there's gifts, and I think that's why there tends to be a lot more accidents too during this time of year. Is people are so distracted that it's easier for people to make mistakes. So I've noticed that for myself, that I'm much more distracted right now than I am at normal times of the year. And it happens every year, so I'm not surprised that I'm experiencing it. Well, it's sort of funny that as I was driving to the drop-off, I was getting all kinds of offers that were coming in, and now that I have nothing and I'm headed back to the zone, I'm getting nothing. That is just so typical. $4.64 for 3.1 miles. No, that's dummy in the road. God, you have no patience. You can't just go to the crosswalk and wait. Everybody has to act like they're so impatient. Yeah, this is a long drive back, but the traffic is flowing, and this is the shortest way to get back to home base rather than the freeway. So that's why I'm taking it. And there are opportunities that could come up along the way. There's like a Walgreens on the right coming up, and then there's going to be an Albertsons on the left. There's a Taco Bell a little bit further down. That's it for a little bit. Those are like the biggies that I will usually get in this area. So it's possible I could get something. But my rate right now is so high at $10 minimum that more than likely I'm going to make it back home with nothing. And that's just the way it is. And I don't know if there's anything else that's too thrilling going on. I've been on this whole diet of eating vegetables and beans and rice, and that's been working out still so far. Something's coming in. $4.02 for 9 miles now. Yeah, so far this whole thing with the way I'm eating is working out. I'm really enjoying it. $4.02 for 4 miles now. And I think the trick to doing it is is the sauces. $14 and a penny for 14 miles, no. $8.43 for 6 miles, no. The secret is in the sauce, is the secret. So you have to, I have like 4 different kinds of sauces. I have barbecue, I have ranch, I have sweet chili sauce, I have mandarin, and then I have Thai peanut. So I got all these different sauces. And so it's essentially always the same thing. It's usually chicken, vegetables, beans, and rice, stir-fried, and then pick your sauce, and that's the sauce you're getting with your meal. And it's a very solid meal because you're getting about 6 different kinds of vegetables. You're getting broccoli, spinach, cauliflower, carrot, green beans, bell peppers, onions, a lot of different kinds of vegetables in every single time. And then I'm putting $7.03 for 11 miles now. And then you're getting 3 different kinds of beans. You're getting pinto, navy, and $5.02, 3.4 miles now, and garbanzo. So I'm getting all those different kinds of beans, and then you add in the rice, and then boom, you got so many different things. $5.57 for 3.3 miles. No. Yeah, I'm getting a real good variety in my diet of vegetables, beans, and then of course the rice, and that helps to really make sure I'm getting oh God, I'm gonna have to get over it. Gosh darn it, stupid. God, I hate when they're doing construction. Why, Lord? Why? Just tell me, why does there have to be all this damn construction? This town is so notorious for construction. That's all they do all day long. Construction. They never stop. It's like, why don't you just give it a rest already? Just let the roads fall apart. I swear, it's just if you want job security, get into road construction. You'll never be out of work. It is just endless. It's so crazy. So yeah, so that's been the diet lately, and it's been working out. I haven't weighed myself because I'm not really interested in the exact number for weight loss. I'm more concerned about what my lab results are for glucose levels, cholesterol levels, and all that stuff. And I like to use the metric based on just how I look. Like if I look like I look thinner than before, then I'm like, oh, okay, well then obviously I'm losing weight, I look thinner. And then of course the old waistband of the clothes, you can always tell when you put your clothes on, you're like, well, this feels looser. So I just use that as a test because I tried in the past to track weight, and I noticed that it becomes an obsession. Your mind is constantly thinking about the number, and because the number shifts so much or doesn't shift at all, you're just constantly always guessing and second guessing yourself. You're like, well, maybe I just drank too much water yesterday and that's why it's up. Or you think, oh, maybe I was just really stressed out and I was just retaining extra weight. And then it gets to the point where you start overcompensating. $5.83 for 4 miles now. And then you overcompensate, and then you're just like, I'm gonna starve myself just so I can see a lower number. And so you start living and dying by a number when you step on the scale. And so I found for myself that's not healthy. That's not a healthy thing to do. So it's better just to go based on things that are just they're just in general, and that way there's nothing to obsess over. There's no number to get obsessed over. It's more about how, of course I don't make the light. Of course they're like, oh, a delivery driver, it's your turn to have to wait. Just my luck. Everybody makes it but me, and of course all the cars behind me. But who cares about them? It's about me. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that. And now we're currently at the entrance to McDonald Ranch is on the left. So I'm almost back into familiar territory. $7 for 3.1 miles. No, that would have been good if my minimum was 10. $12.20. cents for 5.2 miles. Let's see if I get it. Match. If I get it, I gotta make a right turn. Let's see what happens. Oh, looks like I got it. Let's see if I don't run anybody over. Oh, the light just changed. Oh, let me tell you about it. Hang on. Alright, everybody, I got something from Uber Eats. I'm gonna get $12.27 to go to McDonald's. I'm gonna have to drive 5.2 miles, and I got another pickup. What's the other pickup? It's McDonald's and what else? And Makers and Finders. Great. Ugh. God, they take forever. I'm pausing my DoorDash, and yeah. So we're on our way. We got more money coming in. So this is gonna get us at what, $32? Yeah. So the previous one was 20 or 21, and this is, yeah. What is the exact number? Let's see. $12, and the other one was 21. So that comes out to $33. Not bad. So far we're doing good. The money's coming in. Excelente. And both McDonald's and Makers and Finders are in the same shopping center, so that is good news. And that kind of worked out in a way, didn't it? That the light turned red on us, because if that light would have been green and we would have went through the light, I wouldn't have gone back, because it would have taken forever to make that U-turn to come back to get over to McDonald's. So it was a blessing in disguise that light turned red. And once we pass this light, we're going to be making a left turn into McDonald's. Yo, and the temperature now is 60 degrees. I'm getting 72 miles to the gallon. And we have 15 and a half miles on the car right now. So, yep, everything is going just fine, I suppose. I suppose everything's going just fine. I just wish I was more excited about making money. But some days you're just not. Even when the money's really good, you're just like, whatever. Like, just get this day over with. Somebody in the comments was saying, like, what were they saying? That you could make better money if you did whatever. Like, they were saying, oh, you can make better money doing Walmart Spark or something like that. And I'm like, Walmart Spark is such a headache to do. It is no fun at all. They just send you horrible offer after horrible offer. And even when they send you a good offer, it's like you have to play scientist to figure out whether or not it's actually a good order, because they make it so confusing that it's so easy to confuse a good order with a bad order, and vice versa. So it's totally pointless. It's just a waste of time, as far as I'm concerned. Even when, like, let's suppose that it said 40. Let me tell you a story. After I make this left turn, I got an offer for $162 to go to Walmart to pick up 4 different orders. And let me tell you, when I got there, total waste of time. There was not a single order that was ready. And I sat there for an hour, and the guy finally came over to me and said, your orders were canceled. I said, get me the hell out of here. This is the last time I go to Walmart. $162, and the miles are like 20-something miles or something like that. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Is he going to park in the delivery spot? What is he doing? I hate when people back into parking spot. Look how little his car is. He has no business parking backwards with that tiny little car. I bet you he's a delivery driver too. All right, let's go in. Thank you. Cool. Verified. Complete pickup. Now I've got to go to Makers and Finders, which is just around the bend. This particular pickup was no good. 7-8 minutes I was standing there waiting to get the order, unfortunately. And 2 other delivery drivers came in, and they got their order right away. My order, no. My order was the last one and took forever. And now, since that took forever, you know Makers and Finders is going to take forever because they are the slowest. They're the slowest restaurant on earth, I swear. So yeah, this one's totally not worth. This one's not worth it for $12. Look how fast I did the other one. I did it so fast, and this one is going to take just as much time as the other one. Verify. Complete the pickup. All right. Oh, good. I'm headed back towards home. That's awesome. Oh boy. PIN required, and I'm taking it to a business. God, I hate when they want a PIN number. Such a waste of time. All right, let's make our way back to the freeway, because that's the fastest way to go. So yeah, I went inside of Makers and Finders, and when I went inside, the order was just sitting there on the counter, and the drink was out of arm's reach, just sitting there away from the rest of the order. And I had to wait until an employee came up to the counter to hand me the drink. So that was a waste of time too. But at least the order was ready. And I had to stand there for about 3 minutes before I got everything. God, the timing is so off. Now here comes all the cars. If I'd have been here just 2 seconds earlier, I would have made this turn. Sometimes that just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. That's happened to me multiple times today already. It's really irritating. What makes it even more irritating is when these people like block my view, so I can't tell if it's clear for me to make my my left. Oh God, this road is so busy, I'm telling you. So many cars. And then I can never see because these cars on the right, they block my view. So I can't even tell if it's safe for me to go or not. I think after this van I can go. I think I can. Ooh, somebody's food is sliding away. We're traveling. Oh, am I gonna make this slide? Let's see if I make it. I'm gonna gun it. I hope this person's food doesn't flip. That's at the bottom of the car. I set the Makers and Finder food on the floor of the car, and it's kind of sliding around a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. 1.7 miles, 3-minute drive. Going to a business. Meet at the door. Meet outside, it said. Meet outside. All right. You know what that means? It means they're not going to show up. They're not, I mean, I'm going to hope and pray they're there, but most of the time, when they say meet outside, they're not there. They're not there. But at least this is taking me towards home, which is good news. It's like getting a free ride. What is this guy doing? He's putting his blinker on like he wants to get over, yet he doesn't speed up to get over. He expects me to put my brakes on. Oh, people, help me. Traffic every day, just trying to stay alive on these roads. It's a miracle, just staying alive, let me tell you. Absolute miracle. People here just don't know how to drive. Just get out of my way, come on. So, yeah, so both pickups were not so great, and the only good news, so far it seems like the drop-off's going to be closer to home. I forgot how many total miles this is, so maybe after I drop this off, I'm going to have to drive somewhere further away from home. Who knows? I can't tell you just yet. And I'm going to be making a right here at the exit and then a quick left, and then I'm probably going to be delivering to some real high-rise business. Although they put meet outside, so now I'm going to be, I mean, if there's not somebody standing there, I'm going to be really confused, like what to do. Did they give me a suite number? No suite number, so I'm not going inside the building. So whatever the heck they did, oh God, here comes all the cars. Once again, bad timing. Everybody's coming, every single car, and I can't tell who's making left turns and who's going straight. Oh, they're finally stopping. Good. Very good, because I gotta get all the way over to the left and make a left turn, so that works out. And let me just confirm I'm dropping off the McDonald's. Yes, the McDonald's order that I'm dropping off. Oh boy. The latte that this person got at Makers and Finders, it feels completely empty. Like there's nothing but foam inside of the cup. It's really weird. Why people order these kinds of drinks, I have no idea. They don't even seem like they're worth the money. I mean, you're not getting anything. It's a cup with air in it. I'm making a left. Is it here making the left? Or is it the next one? I guess the next one. Now I'll make a left here and then go, I think, all the way down. I think it's this building over here on the left-hand side. Man, I sure hope they're waiting outside. I really, really hope they're waiting outside, because this building is a pain. Oh, come on, people. I just have a little bit more to go. I have just a few more feet to go. Oh, now of course it blocks me from seeing what I'm supposed to do next. All this stupid information just popped up. Okay, I'm gonna make a left here, and then yeah, here's the building straight ahead. And of course, do you see anybody waiting for me outside? Do you see anybody? I sure don't. I'm just gonna stop here and throw my hazards on. Maybe they'll come out. Alright, I'm just waiting. I'm just hanging out, having a good time. This world is so crazy. Person finally showed up. I guess the customer ordered it for his girlfriend, so she had to be contacted to get her stuff. So she was contacted. She got her stuff. Am I turning here? I'm like, this is confusing me. I think I turned right here. And of course, is this guy gonna cross my path? Let's see. Yeah, he is. He's crossing my path. Because that's just the way it is today. It's gotta be patient. And then let's see if the navigation's gonna take me the correct way to get out of here. Yeah, it is. Alright. So yeah, I was out there for about, I want to say 3 minutes. I was out there standing out in the cold waiting for someone to show up. And they did message me, and the boyfriend said, yeah, she's coming. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then she had the PIN number, so that was no problem. And now we're headed 1.7 miles, a 4-minute drive. It looks like a house, and it's a leave at the door. Those are my favorite. Every day they need to be leave at the door. Why can't they all be leave at the door, I tell you? Oh. So everything was fine. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's a job. This is just a job. You just do whatever you gotta do to get it done. Get that money. Keep telling yourself you're getting that money. Stay on track. Stay on course. Keep doing it. Rinse and repeat. And yeah. And it's just like, I try to think of it like going to the gym. This is like my little exercise. I get to walk. I pick things up. I get to, use hand-eye coordination. All the things you're going to need in old age. So I was thinking I'm going to probably just keep doing this job until they take my driver's license away. When you're an old man and they tell you can't drive no more, I'll just probably do it till then. Because why not? I mean, unless they can my ass. I mean, but why would I stop doing this? It's so easy. And, you get out of the house, you get to cruise around. They pay you for your miles. And, yeah, and they let you decide where you want to go. And I always try to stay in my area, so that way I don't have to see anything depressing. So I'm like, well, why would I not continue to do this? There's nothing about it that is a negative to me. And anything, if I ever get like in a mood like I am like right now, I just turn the app off and go home. Like, let's suppose this next delivery, it was a real bad experience. Well, I would just turn the app off. I'd tell you guys goodbye and just go home. I don't have, I don't have a situation where I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this job. I have to. This is it. There's nothing else I can do. So, yeah. It's just, I just have to just keep pushing myself, though, to at least be fair. I have to be fair to the job. It's like, if there's nothing wrong and I've scheduled this and I've committed to doing this, I need to just do it. You know what I'm saying? I need to just get out there and do it. I said $10 minimum, $2 every mile. And if something comes in that meets that criteria, I've just got to do it until the window closes, until my commitment time ends, or there's just a legitimate reason to not do it. So, yeah. I mean, maybe I'll find something else down the road that's more entertaining than this, but so far this has been the most entertaining gig job that I have found to do that involves leaving the house. Everything else that I found for gig work that doesn't involve leaving the house is not as fun, because, I mean, who wants to stay? I don't understand. I mean, I can understand if you have been stuck in the office, never been able to be at home for your entire career. You've always traveled and you hated it. You always wish you could be home. That when you finally got to have the opportunity to be at home, you would gladly take any kind of gig work that lets you stay at home. But I've been working from home since I was about 40 years old. So that for about 15 years, I have been working at home. So there's the excitement of working from home has lost its luster. And I don't want to work in an office again, but I do like to get out. So this is really it. This is the most fun kind of work to do, to get out of the house. If you do Uber and you like to drive people around and talk to strangers, then that's the one for you. But I don't really care for that one, because you don't know who you're gonna get. It's like every time you pick up somebody, it's like a blind date. You're like, who the hell is this person in my car? Who the heck is this person? And how fast can I get them out of my car, because they're giving me the creeps? So that can happen. I'm going to be making it right. I believe it's this next right turn. And we got 0.3 miles to go, so it's going to be in this neighborhood somewhere. And then I'm going to make a left turn at this next side street. Wow, there's not going to be a gate, so this should be pretty simple. And it's going to be on the right-hand side. Coming up in 800 feet, it says. Let me get ready to start looking. After the next side street, it'll be, I think, the fourth house on the right, based on this map. So here's the side street, and let's count together. 4 houses. 1, 2, 3, and it should be this 4th house. Let's see if it's correct. It is correct. It's this one. Let's do it. So far we're doing real good with Uber Eats, and not so good with DoorDash. I haven't got anything from DoorDash. So that's 2 in the kitty. 33, 4. I think we got $17 more to go till this day's over. I'm trying to shoot for the $50 goal. Trying. Half-heartedly trying for the goal of $50. And it should be slow and quiet now because the time is 9:22 a.m. And yeah, it should be quiet now because usually at this time is when it's the slowest. So I'm going to be making a right at this stop sign. And I think I'm going to turn left. I'm trying to think what's faster. What's the faster way to go to get home? I think they're both equally painful. So I think I'll make a left because I'm closest to Green Valley if I make a left turn. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, do that. Do that. And I'll make a right here at the light. And I'll have some opportunities that are going to come up because I have Starbucks that'll be coming up. There's McDonald's that comes up. There's quite a few different places to come up if I go this way. And I'll stay in this middle lane because I don't know if something's going to come up on the left or the right. So I'll just stay here. And then whenever it comes up, then I'll shift to whatever lane depending on what comes up. But there's like a breakfast place. The Cracked Egg is coming up on the left. There's a Walgreens coming up on the right. There's, of course, the District. So there's a lot of places. $7.26, 9.6 miles, no. There's a lot of different restaurants on this street. That could be a good opportunity. So this was the right call to make. And then, of course, behind me, I believe, is, behind me to the right is, behind to the left is Vons. So that could be a possibility. Walgreens is we're now passing beautiful Walgreens where they have no internet. When you try to scan everything, you can't scan it because the internet doesn't work. The cell service. And coming up at this next light on the left is going to be Starbucks. And nothing's coming in, so it's probably quiet. Usually around this time, there's just nothing that comes in. That's the norm. Oh, here comes something. 563 for 5.3 miles now. Well, something came in, but it's no good. And I think we have 20 miles on the car now. 20.5 miles on the car, maybe 21. So that's pretty good, I guess. Oh, watch out, man. Stay in your lane. We get over to the right now. Yeah, and so that drop-off was just fine. It was very standard. There was no unexpected things that happened. $2.50 for 5.5 miles. No. That was a very standard drop-off. Just walked up the pathway, left it by the door. Try to set it in a position where when they open the door, they don't step on it. And they can easily just kneel down and grab it and step back in the house. I always, when I leave stuff at the door, I always try to imagine their perspective when they open the door and how they would easily see it and be able to step out of the house to grab it and step back in the house. A lot of people will leave the food right at the crack of the door, and I don't think that's right. Because if you leave at the crack of the door, they actually have to open up the door much wider to step around to the left or right of where you left the food, to grab it and then to go back in. And it also creates a potential for another family member who did not order the food to actually step on the food because they won't look down. They'll just open and right at the crack of the door is where people step out. So I actually like to put the food more on the side of where the door hinges are, because that way when the person first opens the door, if they step out, they won't step on it. $7.02 for 2.5 miles. Well, I would have taken that one if it had been $10. That was a good one. Money to mile ratio. Excellent. But I'm in a mood, so $10 is the minimum, and I don't really care. I actually hope I end up getting home because I wouldn't mind having a little early lunch in preparation for the lunch rush. The supposed lunch rush that should come at 11 o'clock, which, it's Friday, so it should be busy. Once it hits 11 o'clock, it should be busy. $8.26 for 11.7 miles, no. The time is 10:01 a.m., and I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Sprouts and shop for 10 items. I'm going to get $17.34 for 2.8 miles. So this is gonna be the last one. I'm gonna press the old stop new request, because once I do this one, I'll hit the $50 mark or close enough to it, and I'm ready to just go home and be done. And so it looks like this will take me probably about 30 minutes to complete, and hopefully I should be home and done by no later than 10:45 at the latest, which is awesome. And it looks like I'm shopping for instant oatmeal, mango strips, eggs, some different types of fruits, some canned squash or something, canned soup, Uncle Matt's organic orange defense juice with turmeric and probiotics. I think that's it. So it's not that many items. I think they want multiples of something that's a lot, maybe, or no. There's like one item where it's like 3, like a honey or organic honey crisp apple, 3 of them, and yeah. So there's really just 7 items total that I'm getting. So this is gonna be a pretty easy shopping experience. The really hard part's gonna be the delivery. Based on the cross streets, I'm gonna be delivering either to a high-rise luxury apartment complex, or I'm delivering to the Green Valley Ranch Casino. And I really hope it's the luxury high-rise complex, because I don't want to get trapped inside the casino trying to hand somebody groceries. So I'm going to just cross my fingers and hope that the place I'm delivering to is just that high-rise. So we'll see. We shall see what's going to happen. And you can see up ahead is a merge construction sign. And of course I have to make a right about where that sign is. So yeah. Yeah, construction. I love construction. It's so fun. And hopefully the person behind me doesn't get upset that I'm going to have to slow down to make this right turn, because I don't have a choice. Okay, well, we made the right turn and we're almost there. I consider this to officially be in the shopping center. This to me is like the driveway to the shopping center. And it's Friday, so it'll probably be busy in there, probably, knowing this place, because it is Friday. I'm gonna make a right here, and well, all my parking space is available. That's good. So make a quick left here, and then a right, and we are here. Let's go in and start shopping. Oh, Lord. I tell you, this job, it is too much. Too much for words. Back out of here. The shopping was, of course, challenging, because the customer wanted two containers of chicken noodle soup from the deli section, the heat and serve from the deli section, and they had no chicken noodle. There was no chicken noodle at all. They had broccoli and cheddar, and they had Southwest chicken and sweet potato. They had all these ones that nobody likes. Nobody likes the broccoli and cheese soup. That's all they had. The majority of all the soups available are the broccoli and cheese, and nothing else. So I selected the chicken and sweet potatoes an alternative, and then they told me, no, I want chicken noodle, and I'm like, they ain't got chicken noodle, girl, I have to tell you. They ain't got chicken noodle, so they didn't get nothing. They actually tried to do another substitute of another kind of chicken noodle in the deli section, and I just said no, they don't have that either. And so it automatically just kicked it to refund mode. So they're getting a refund on that. So that probably means I'm not going to get the full dollar amount for this order, which is sucky, but there's nothing I can do. There was no chicken noodle, and that's the price you pay for not being able to find items that the customer wants. So I may be under my $50 goal, but I don't care. Whatevs. So I'm traveling 1.3 miles, 5-minute drive. We're going to that high-rise luxury apartment, not to the casino, thank goodness. And it's a leave at the door. And they gave me all these instructions on how to get into the complex, into the very fancy apartment complex, and how to get past the doorman and all this other stuff. So we're good to go. And yeah, not a very exciting deliveries today, I don't think. That's nothing too unusual that happened. I almost accidentally put in the cart the wrong type of Honeycrisp apple. They wanted organic Honeycrisp, and I accidentally bagged the regular Honeycrisp apple. And then when I realized I made a mistake, I swapped them out and put back the wrong ones. I think that was about it. There was nothing else too exciting to report in there. It was the usual cast and crew inside of Sprouts. Nothing unusual to report that I can think of. And the hardest item to find was the freeze-dried mangoes, because they're in the middle of the store. You know those big giant barrels are of different things? They were over there, and that place is always it's like the land of the lost in that area. You're just wandering aimlessly because it's so disorganized. So you just do your best to find whatever it is you need, whether it's whether you have to hand scoop chocolates or rice or whatever. You have to basically take it out of barrels and then weigh it. But this was already pre-packaged, but they had the pre-packages in the same section as those big barrels of bulk food items. So yeah, the apartment is going to be coming up shortly. After this next stop sign, I'll be making a left turn, and sometimes I enter a code to get in, and other times there'll be a concierge people at the entrance that'll see me through the door, and they'll come to the door and let me in. So it's a little bit unpredictable as far as how I'm gonna get into the building, because the door is always locked. I'm gonna follow this this gray car in, and oh man, those cars almost crashed into each other. That was close. You really gotta watch it right here, everybody, because they don't have any stop signs. No stop signs right here, so you have to really look out. Look out below. I'm gonna park here on the left. All right, let's go for a strolly.
Going up. First floor. Going up.
I didn't see the.
Okay, well, that's all delivered, and I have the app on just in case something else comes in that's juicy, but I think I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done for the day. I've had it. I'm like in no mood to continue on. So I'm gonna head on home and just chillax. $5.03, 16.7 miles. No. So thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you again on the next one. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be more chipper. $3.06, 3.6 miles. Take care. Bye for now.